Hi Year 7. So today's lesson you are going to be starting your topic, crystals. And today we're going to be looking at how temperature affects solubility. So I don't often need much persuasion in any case, but what we're going to do is start with my cup of tea. So I've got my cup of tea there. I can't drink a cup of tea without a good spoon of sugar in this. Okay, so not quite a whole one, about 2/3 if ever anyone's making me a cup of tea. So I'm going to put my sugar into my cup of tea and then give it a good old stir. Okay, so we now need to have a think about some of the scientific terminology that we can think about while we are dissolving the sugar here. So there's lots of science going on here. First of all, having a look in the sugar might be easier if you look at your own sugar at home. Sugar is quite crystalline. Okay, so we've taken a crystalline solid there. So we started off with sugar crystals and then I put them into my tea. So what state is the tea? Okay, so our tea is going to be a liquid here and we've put our solid in. Obviously, with the tea bag having been in there and with my milk as well, we can't see very much in terms of what's happening to the particles. But what are you going to expect to have happened to those sugar particles? Would you be able to see them anymore? Where are they actually going to be? So how might we describe, what kind of terminology might we use to describe the solid particles that have gone in and what we've produced, and indeed what the tea role in producing this is? So the key terms we need to think about are things like solution, solute, solvent, solubility, and how we can apply these to the scenarios when we're making solutions. So my tea here is now a solution. So I've taken my solid, which would be my solute, that was my sugar, and I've dissolved it in my solvent, which was my tea without any sugar in it, and I've made my solution of a nice cup of tea. So the first part of your lesson today is going to be making sure that you're clear about all that terminology. So we need you to do some matching pairs, key terms and their definitions, and so that you've got those all down in your book. Once you've done that, we're going to introduce an experiment where you are looking at the effect of temperature on solubility. So obviously I've just stirred my sugar into my nice hot cup of tea. How might that have been different had I used cold tea? Not sure why we'd use cold tea, but if we'd use cold tea. And what might be different as well if I forgot I put my sugar in, like sometimes happens, and I put in another spoon of sugar, or absent-mindedly carried on. What would happen if I kept adding sugar to my solution, and what would be going on then? So we'll then show you a little bit of a video of the experimental setup and then some results so that you can have a look at what might be happening during the experiment there. And then at the end of the lesson, there's an opportunity for some more kitchen chemistry. So you can have a go at making your own solutions, and providing you've got permission from an adult, you can test out the effect of temperature on producing those different solutions. Okay, so next job is to get your topic target sheet out, run down the start column, get that stuck into your book, and then carry on through the slideshow.